This week I'm taking you to one of my favorite spots in the world, Orange Beach, Alabama. Let's go. Hey, if you're watching the video up to this point, and you haven't done so already, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of fun around here and enjoying having you around. So we just got back from Orange Beach, Alabama, and I want to tell you a little bit about my trip. I'll go into the trip itself. That's the first thing we'll talk about, kind of what we did, show you some of the videos and photos from our adventures. And then I'll talk about the gear at the end, because a lot of people might not be interested in the gear part. So I'll put that at the end. The first thing we did, we left from Stillwater, Oklahoma. We went to, our first destination was Longview, Texas. And that's about an hour out of the way. And why do we do that? Well, we used to live, me and my wife lived down there for about a year and a half. And there's this hamburger joint there called Juicy's. And we specifically went out of our way to eat at Juicy's Hamburgers, part because of nostalgia and partly because it's that good. Our first stop though, before we even got to Longview, Texas, was a peach stand or a produce stand outside of Pittsburgh, Texas, and just outside of Gilmer, Texas. And it's called the I have it written down because I can't ever remember it. It's just the produce stand outside of Gilmer. That's what I call it, but it's the Eford Orchards. And I'll show some photos and videos of that here. Just a cool little place to stop. Definitely recommend the peach ice cream. It's so good. They have all kinds of different flavors, but the peach by far is my favorite. That's all I've ever had, but it's so good. I wouldn't get anything else. Maybe a swirl, but that's it. So after we left the peach orchard, or the fruit stand, made to Longview, Texas, ate our cheeseburgers at Juicy's Hamburgers, and then we had to drive to Orange Beach. And on the road to Orange Beach in Mobile, Alabama, you have to cross the most massive bridge. And I was driving and it was raining, and I am definitely afraid of heights, and particularly bridges where you have to go up and flatten out. You can't kind of see where you're going and come down the other side. So I was white knuckling all the way across that bridge in Mobile. But we made it across and wound up in Orange Beach. And in Orange Beach, we stayed at a resort called the Perdido Beach Resort. I really thought about doing a whole separate video just on Perdido Beach Resort, but decided to be too much like a commercial in the end. I rate Perdido Beach Resort a 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5, whatever. I recommend it 1,000%. It's an excellent place to stay if you're thinking about going on a beach vacation to Orange Beach / Gulf Shores, anywhere down there. It has a huge pool. You can do the pool, you can do the ocean. It has lots of different restaurants. It's kid friendly. They have plenty of towels. They don't try to skimp on the towels. They don't try to skimp on the room turning over. It's just an excellent place to stay down there, and I highly recommend it. And once we got to Perdido, one of the main things to do, obviously the main thing while we're there, is to hang out on the beach. And come to find out, I love just sitting on the beach, and I will show you some of the things that we did there. But pretty much what I did was sat in the beach chair for 5 or 6 hours a day, and just people watched and got in the ocean and cooled off, and it was just so relaxing and a lot of fun. Turned on my music, turned off my ringer, and just watched time go by. what a great time. And like I say, Perdido is awesome because I didn't mind swimming in the beach, but my wife, she didn't want to swim in the beach, so she went and got in the pool when she needed to. And it's just like a 5-minute walk. She can go get in the pool. And the kids can run and do whatever they want. It's so great. But here's some footage of beach life in Perdido. And part of the trip, the girls wanted epic beach photos. So that was easy enough for me. I got my 51.2 and my whole flash rig and set out to do some epic beach photos just about sundown. And here are those photos. Crazy thing is, right at the end of this photo shoot, the sun was setting off in the west, of course, but it was super orange sunset, super orange, and it was fairly cloudy, so the clouds were like covering up most of the sunset. But right about sundown, the clouds got light, like right over our resort. So it was like God was shining an orange flashlight right on the beach where we were. And this is where I got this kind of family photo and a few other ones. But it's the most interesting light that I've ever seen. Just like boom. Like it was literally like somebody was shining an orange flashlight right on the beach. So cool. But we did do one kind of touristy thing while we were down there, and it's the pirate ship. You probably saw a picture of the pirate ship kind of in the beach photos. It's probably one of my favorite photos of the whole bunch. But there's this little pirate ship that you can get on, and they take you around and do like little games and stuff like that on there, but they kind of drive you around the whole Orange Beach area. And we got on there, and I thought, like when we were sitting in line, it was basically just a bunch of little kids, you know. And I thought, oh man, this is gonna be, I'm sitting there, I'm, you know, old, and my daughters are all like 17 and 20. And I was thinking to myself, oh man, this is gonna be a bad experience. It's just gonna be like a little kid thing, and it's gonna suck, and it's gonna be weird. We're gonna be the oldest ones on this deal. But no, it was just corny enough to be absolutely a ball for everybody. My youngest daughter and her friends, they participated in everything, and me and my wife and my oldest daughter, we participated in a lot of it. But oh man, it was, like I say, it was just corny enough to be excellent and just a whole lot of fun. And but they couldn't stop talking about it, you know, the whole next day. They just talk about the pirate ship. And then when we were down the beach the next day, we saw the pirate ship going by, and we were like, hey, ahoy, you know. It was like, it was a really fun experience. So anyway, I'll show you some video clips from that. And like I was saying, Perdido, it's an excellent place to stay. The resort is just absolutely fabulous. But they also have an epic 4th of July celebration. They have a food buffet. They have a live entertainment band. They have all kinds of stuff going on. Then they do a huge fireworks show at the end. And then there's like boats like lined up as far as the eye can see. Everybody waiting for the fireworks to go off. It was excellent. Here's some video footage from that. A whole lot of fun. So that about sums up our trip to Orange Beach. Just a fantastic time. It kind of makes me a little bit sad. Like, I'm so happy that I got to go spend time with my family and my daughters and my wife, and just had a fantastic time. Everybody had a good time. It kind of makes me sad, you know, because I feel like this may be the last time that we all get to go somewhere together. You know, family vacation, Griswold style. Maybe not, but it has to be nearing probably the end of that era. So it's also a little bit sad too. But man, we just had a great time and enjoyed every second of it. Now we can talk about the gear just a little bit at the end of the video. I took a wide variety of action cameras. The Action 4 and the Insta360 Go 3S. I use those a little bit. I'm really impressed with those two cameras in particular. I really wish that I would have taken more videos with those two cameras in particular, because I've been pretty impressed with the image quality. I also took the Insta360 X4 and I use it for just a few shots here and there of the girls, you know, boogie boarding on the beach. It's a good camera for what it is. It's really interesting to use. It's good for supplemental footage. Just not a huge fan of the image quality. And I also took the Pocket 3. I never even used it once. It just wasn't that type of trip, you know. I was thinking about going around and shooting some video of the resort and doing like a, you know, resort tour or whatnot, but I just figured that would be like a advertisement in the end. I just didn't feel like doing it, but it would have been a perfect camera for that. But in the end, I just didn't use that camera at all. It's just not a camera that you'd be wanting to use at the beach, in the sand, near the water, things like that. So I just didn't use it any at all. And for all the other photos and videos I took on the camera, I used the A7CR, which winds up as just a perfect camera for these type of scenarios. I use a 16 to 35 2.8. I use that at that orchard. That's pretty much the only time that I use that lens was there. Shooting photos with that wide, I'm just not comfortable with yet. It takes a certain bit of comfort level to use a lens like that for photos. It's just not tight enough for me. It's great otherwise, you know, and pretty versatile. I just didn't use it a lot after that stop. The 7200 turned out awesome. I took that pretty much every day to the beach because I was able to get shots of things going on way out in the ocean, because these boats would line up, and I took a bunch of shots of the boats going by, the airplanes, my daughters boogie boarding, all that type of stuff was taken with the 70 to 200. It was a great lens to have. Maybe a little bit of overkill. Being on the beach, I probably could have got by with that Tamron 28 to 200 for sure, but that's what I had with me, and it worked out great. And that lens is fantastic. The image stabilization in it is really top notch. Of course, I took the 51.2. I took all the photos except for just a few I took with the 70 to 200 on the beach. I thought that would be the perfect lens for that, because you want it a little bit wider. You want to show some of the surroundings, plus get a nice blurry background. I thought all the pictures turned out great. Every time I use that lens, I'm just like, yeah, man, that is great. Those photos look great. Now, I wish I had the 1.4, but it wasn't out at the time I bought the 1.2, so that's what I have. And also, right before, if you've been following this channel, right before I went on vacation, I got the 24-70 2.8 lens. I can't say enough good things about it. It is so versatile. You can use it pretty much in any situation. 24 is just wide enough to get by in most situations. The other options are like 28 millimeters. That's just not wide enough for me, I don't think. And the 24 is just wide enough to get by. And then you also have the 70 zoom, which is just long enough, you know, in most situations to get the job done. So it really is such a versatile lens, and it is so light compared to other ones. I mean, it just fits so well with the A7CR with that extended grip. The weight and size just aren't a factor with that lens. With any three of those lenses, they just feel like they balance just perfectly on the A7CR. But I am considering sending that lens back, and I probably won't, but I am considering it simply because I am fighting a serious urge just to change everything over to APS-C right now. I'll probably keep it, but man, they're making APS-C so compelling that I might just have to send it back. But I don't know. We'll talk about that later, I guess. So that was my trip to Orange Beach. Great time. If you're ever down in the Gulf Shores, I highly recommend Orange Beach as a destination. It's great. And it's kind of hidden. It's not as grown up as some of the other places around there yet. It will be there soon though, but not quite yet. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you've enjoyed it. If you want to see more content like this, along with whatever else I got going on, go ahead and hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.